How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to just do a little bit something different, and it's try and look at some of the habits or tips on creating new habits after you've quit drinking alcohol. It's an important part for me, right, is to explain that, alcohol drinking or quitting alcohol is not about just getting rid of alcohol out of your life. You have to change the behavior, right? You've got to get rid of the behavior of drinking and replace it with other things. No, you can't get rid of alcohol and not replace it with something else, because you'll leave a behavioral vacuum and you're more than likely going to go back to drinking again. So my whole philosophy is about changing people's lives, bringing them forwards, getting rid of the alcohol and replacing it with something which is far more powerful in their lives, right? Something that they want to do, something which is driving them forwards, right, into achieving the things that they want to do in their lives. I always say that if you have a goal in mind that is so scary to you that it makes you almost crap your pants, then that's a good goal to have. And don't be afraid of doing this. You've only got one life, so you might as well get out there and make the most of it. Go for those goals. So some of the tips that I've got for building new habits. The first one is to just take it slowly, have patience. All these things are going to take time. You can't build a habit in a day. You're not going to build it in 30 days. You're not going to build it in 60 days. It's going to take months in order to establish a habit. The same thing goes with breaking down your old habits, right? Getting rid of the alcohol from your life, right? And breaking down that behavior, the habit and the rituals and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take time, so these things are not going to happen overnight. The second tip is to take at least 30 days, right? Commit to 30 days, right? You need to get these 30 days under your belt so that you can break down some of the automaticity of the habits. All habits are made of automatic segments, right? Automatic behaviors that come up from your subconscious level, right? And you do them without even thinking about them. So you need at least those 30 days to start understanding your habit and to break down some of those things. The next one is to experiment, right? Only you know your life. Only you know what you like to do. Only you know what that goal is in the future that's going to make you initially crap your pants, but is going to drag you forwards, right? And make you believe that you can do these things. You have to take it step by step, like I say, but try different things, experiment with different things. Even when you're moving forwards and you've got that goal in your future, right? Move forwards with different things, try different things until you feel comfortable with what you're doing. The next thing is to look for the needs that would otherwise be met with your old habits. So every habit has got three different sections to it, right? You've got your initial trigger, right, what sparks off the habit. You've got your behavior, which is whatever you're doing. In this case, it's the alcohol drinking. And then you've got your reward. So it's this reward that you're concentrating on here. You find something which is giving you the similar reward. So if you drink alcohol to socialize and you have fun with that, what is going to replace that? What is going to replace the relaxation that you get out of drinking alcohol? So think about those things. The next tip is to get outside of your comfort zone regularly. Most of us drink alcohol because we're inside of our comfort zone, and in order to change a habit, you've got to get outside of your comfort zone. It's the part of change that most people don't like, the discomfort, right? They feel whenever they're doing something new, but you have to do it. You have to get outside of that comfort zone. You have to spread your comfort zone. The more you spread it, the more you step out into your discomfort zone, the more your comfort zone will spread out to meet that discomfort level. So your comfort zone spreads and spreads and spreads and gets wider and wider and wider as you go forwards, right? The next one is don't worry about perfection. Make mistakes. Don't worry about making mistakes. I mean, if you do this for a week and you fail, so what, right? You've got a week underneath your skin that you understand now more. So long as you get back onto it and try it again and keep moving forwards. And no matter what you're doing with this, right, whether it's habit change, whether it's changing the habit that you're trying to get rid of or building the habits that you're trying to build in your life, don't be afraid of making mistakes. All good plans, all good successes in life come because people are not afraid to make mistakes, or not afraid of failures and stuff. So don't be afraid of that. And perfection is just, you're not going to get there anyway, So know your why, understand your reasons for your quitting drinking alcohol, write them down if you can and keep them in the back of your mind, Understand why you're trying to get to this goal, understand what makes you cack your pants about the goal that you're trying to get to, right, at the end of the day. And keep pushing yourself towards that. And the final one is to write things down, to be clear, to be focused about what you're doing. You know, writing things down not only gets things down on paper, right, and you can see it in front of you, it sort of makes things a lot more real for most people, right? It gives you a reason to move forwards, right? It gives you much more motivation once you've got them written down on paper. Plus, writing them down gives you the ability to not only to get the things that are already in your head, but it allows you to think more deeply into the things that you're trying to express. So writing one thing down will spark another idea, and you can write that down and that might spark another idea, and before you know it, you've got a lot of different ideas, you've got a lot of different things that are written down on that paper that are, you know, your reasons why you're doing this, why you're pushing yourself forward, plans and motivations and goals and inspirations and all those things. Get them down on paper. They'll commit themselves more deeply into your memory, and I think from a personal level, these kind of things, when you write them down, they have just one more meaning of things. When somebody once said to me that once you write these things down, sign them at the bottom every time, date them at the top, it makes it look much more official. You know, it's a simple thing that you can do, but I think it makes it much more realistic. You know, it makes it much more anything that you can do that makes these things sticky, makes them stick into the long term. Is good for you. So I'll leave it there. There are a few tips on trying to build new habits or break down your old habits. And if you need any help at all in quitting drinking alcohol, come on over to alcoholmastery.com. We're over there at just go to the first page. As soon as you go to alcoholmastery.com, you'll see there's a big red button, or there's a blue button, or a green button, or something. There's a big button there anyway. Click on that button, leave your name and email address, and I'll send you out a couple of video courses. You'll get the first video straight away, and I'll help you as much as I can. You know, you can send me an email if you want at kevin@alcoholmastery.com. I'll try and do my best to help you. Till next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care of yourself. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Onwards and upwards. Take very good care. Bye bye now.